This is Akanksha and you're listening to OTV Top 10.
And this is Deepthi Ranjan. Today is the 2nd of December and here are the top news of the day.
The centre informed that 2 people have tested positive for the Omicron variant of the coronavirus in Karnataka. The 2 persons identified were a 46-year-old male and a 66-year-old male who contracted the variant. Love Agarwal, the Joint Secretary of the Union Health Ministry, said that all primary and secondary contacts of the 2 infected persons from Karnataka are being monitored and COVID protocols are being followed. Let's hear what Love Agarwal had to say on the matter.
तो हम पाते हैं कि करीब 29 देशों में 373 केस इस ओमिक्रॉन वेरिएंट के अब तक नोट किए जा चुके हैं और हमारे देश में इसकी ओवरऑल मॉनिटरिंग भी की जा रही है, जिसमें मुख्यतः सबसे अधिक केस साउथ अफ्रीका में है। उसके बाद अधिक केस बोत्सवाना में, नीदरलैंड में, यूनाइटेड किंगडम में, जर्मनी में, पोर्चुगल और घाना ऐसे देशों में नोट किए गए हैं। पर्टिकुलर वेरिएंट के बारे में कुछ हद तक ये कहा जा रहा है, जबकि एविडेंस और आनी बाकी है कि हो सकता है कि ये इंक्रीज्ड इन्फेक्टिविटी हो इसकी और इसकी इंक्रीज ट्रांसमिसिबिलिटी हो। तो जो इसमें जो म्यूटेशन पाए गए हैं उससे एक प्रेडिक्शन जो डॉक्टर एरिक उन्होंने की है, तो उनकी एक प्रेडिक्शन एक मॉडलिंग के हिसाब से उन्होंने इसके बारे में बताया कि हो सकता है कि 5 गुना अधिक इन्फेक्शियस हो। जो ये वायरस होता है जहां पर कि मुख्यतः स्पाइक प्रोटीन जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उसमें इसमें काफी हद तक इवन डेल्टा वेरिएंट जो कि लास्ट वेरिएंट दुनिया में एक अधिक संख्या में नोट किया गया और जो कि मुख्यतः प्रचलित हमारा वेरिएंट पूरे दुनिया में इस समय है, उससे भी अधिक स्पाइक लेवल पर इसकी 2 गुना से भी अधिक म्यूटेशन है।
The Indian Meteorological Department or IMD has granted its first alert for the formation of Cyclone Jawad. The Weather Department said the cyclone is likely to reach the Andhra Pradesh-Odisha coast on the morning of December 4, 2021. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a key meeting to discuss the cyclone-related situation in the country. Earlier, the IMD had predicted that a low-pressure system is expected to form over the Andaman Sea by 2 a.m. on December 1, which would consolidate into a depression by December 2nd before developing into a cyclonic storm over the central Bay of Bengal over the next 24 hours.
While the farmers have resorted to panic harvest fearing crop loss in the view of impending cyclone, the retail and wholesale markets in Cuttack and Bhubaneswar witnessed increase in prices of vegetables today. Potatoes were being sold for ₹17 approximately per kilo 2 days back, but today it has increased to ₹24 approximately. The rate of onions has increased to ₹5 per kilogram and now it is being sold at ₹35. Other vegetables like tomato, pointed gourd and beans are priced at ₹60 per kilo.
The detection of Omicron, a new variant of COVID-19 in several countries, has now prompted the centre to issue revised guidelines which required passengers coming to India from at-risk nations to undergo COVID-19 tests at the airport mandatorily. These revised guidelines have come into effect from December 1st. Like several states in India, Odisha too has stepped up surveillance activities as 380 persons have reportedly returned to the state from destinations which have been tagged as at-risk nations by the centre. While 228 persons returned to Odisha by November 28, 156 persons arrived in the state on November 29.
The Parliament Standing Committee on Communications and Information Technology has suggested reconstruction of the Press Council of India into a comprehensive media council for the print, electronic and digital media to perform various roles including ensuring ethical standards in news coverage. The committee, while recommending to the government to explore the possibility of setting a revoked council, underlined that the council should also have the legal authority to enforce its order so that it maintains the highest ethical standards and credibility of media while also ensuring its freedom.
The Ministry of External Affairs informed that India joined the G20 Troika comprising the current, previous and incoming presidencies of the grouping. The G20 Troika consists of Indonesia, Italy and India. The Ministry of External Affairs in a statement said that the G20 is the premier forum for international economic cooperation which reflects recognition that global prosperity is interdependent and the economic opportunities and challenges are interlinked. The Ministry of External Affairs added saying that the G20 countries have come together to better prepare for the future.
Anju Bobby George, the first Indian athlete to win a medal in the World Championships, has bagged the World Athlete Woman of the Year award for her inspiring role for promoting sport in India. The World Athletes announced her name at the award ceremony that was virtually held in Lausanne, Switzerland. Anju made history when she won the bronze medal in the long jump at the 2003 World Championship in Athletics in Paris.
In a global first move, ride-hailing major Uber and Meta-owned messaging platform WhatsApp has announced that people in India can now book an Uber ride via the company's official WhatsApp WhatsApp chatbot. The service is being rolled out on a pilot basis in Lucknow first and will soon be expanded to other cities in the country. Nandini Maheshwari, who is the Senior Director Business Development of Uber, said that the initiative intends to make Uber trip bookings as easy as possible for all Indians. The Supreme Court slammed the Delhi government for opening schools in the backdrop of severe air pollution in the national capital. The top court said that the Delhi government made work from home for adults, but children have to attend schools. The Chief Justice said that the court will appoint an authority to oversee the government's air pollution controlling measures, citing severe air pollution levels in the national capital. A bench headed by Chief Justice N.V. Raman asked senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, appearing for the Delhi government, that when people are working from home, then why children are being forced to go to school.
Professional networking platform LinkedIn unveiled a user interface in Hindi with a goal to support 600 million Hindi language speakers globally. With this launch, LinkedIn aims to break down language barrier, providing greater access to professional and networking opportunity to Hindi speakers in India and all around the world. With the launch of Hindi, LinkedIn now supports 25 languages globally. Starting from Thursday, as a part of Phase 1 rollout of LinkedIn in Hindi, members will be able to access their feed, profiles, jobs, messaging, and create content in desktop, Android, and iOS phones. That's it for today. For news in detail, visit odishatv.in, Odisha's premier destination for news updates in English. This is Deepthi Ranjan, signing off.